Bro, I just had the maddest one, bro. When you think about it, yeah. Like, consciousness explained the whole thing in the Garden of Eden story. Think about it, right? So Adam is... Now think about this logically. So Adam, Eve, the garden, and the illusion, yeah? Okay, so we as consciousness have to be in a place, yeah, where we don't fall into illusion. If we don't fall into illusion, we live in abundance, yeah? Listen to what I'm saying. If we don't fall into illusion, we live in abundance because there's no desire, bro, because there's no illusion. Like, how can I possibly want anything? I'm everything. You know, so when you don't live in that illusion, you're at one with the Creator, just like Adam was. You're one. You can't even, you're inseparable. You're one. Ugh, I just stepped on a snail. Fuck, I hate when that shit happens. Fucking hell. Anyway. So I'm gonna eat come back some things. But yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so it's we don't need to fall into the illusion, right? Now, so the tree represents the illusion. Our lower state is represented by the snake. Our mind, yeah, the thing that doubts, is represented by the woman. And we, because Adam and God are one. I and my Father are one is for Jesus to say I and my Father are one is no different from Adam saying I and my Father are one, because they are one, the same breath of life. Blah, 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 blah. Do you know what I mean? Even Adam can even lay more claim to being the Son of God than even Jesus, because God actually made him. Actually made him. He spawned into this bitch, just like you did. You understand? Jesus just follows the story of how you actually were born, the human side of it a little bit, but really you just born here. That's just the whole truth. So, do you see? So even the story is then told again from that dimension of that. So we are God. We are supposed to live in abundance. Absolute abundance, yeah? Absolute, maximum, yeah? And the only way we can achieve that is if we don't live in illusion. Because if we don't live in illusion, we will not have desire. If we don't have desire, we will not suffer. At that point, life flows. Everything just happens the way it's supposed to happen. There's no blockages. There's no fuck shit. There's no stories. There's no narratives. There's just reality, yeah? And then doubt, which is represented in this dimension as the woman, yeah? Due to her doubt, it's not that she didn't want to, see, it's not that women don't want to follow like men. It's in they can't help it. They can't help it because they live in a world, they live in a different, their reality is different from a man's reality. Like, as much as people can say what the fuck they want, they can say what the fuck they want. Women's reality is totally different from men's reality. That's why men and women can't be, they're not interchangeable. Anybody that supports that stuff, please switch off and go somewhere else, because you're yeah. Anyway, let's get back to the shit, you know? So it's like us being on the ship again, yeah? In the middle of the ocean, lost at sea. I'm telling you, one day you snap out of this place, yeah, and then lost at sea will make sense to you, and you'll be like, he fucking said it. Anyway, yeah, so you're in the ship, you're lost at sea, blah, 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 blah. And say there's just you and this woman, yeah, and there's this other guy, just you three. And then you're telling the woman, you know what? I've just got faith. I know, because I'm one with the whole thing. Like, the thing that actually made the sea, the ship, everything is me. So I'm cool. I know everything will be cool. So I'm just chilling. So dude's just sitting under a tree, just chilling. There's no trees on the ship, but work with me, guys. What the fuck? So anyway, everything's cool. They be chilling. He's chilling, and then the woman, she, even though she can hear him, she's following his directive, because she lives in a different state of awareness. She's scared. Okay, it's part of I think it's part of your wiring or something, I don't know. So there's a fear there, you know, and fear is not real. Yeah, once people are afraid, they can be they can do everything. You could tap them into any state you want. So maybe that lack of understanding of what of the bigger picture, her mind was wandering. In fact, there couldn't even have been anybody else on the thing. It could have been even all in her mind, but that's a Jedi conversation. But yeah, because I've already said it's all happening in one place. So what's happened now is this aspect of consciousness now is, I'm not sure, what if we drown? And then some guy comes and says, hey, listen, I don't think that guy is actually in, like, talking to no fucking consciousness. I think he's shouting shit, man. I think it's his fault we're here, you know. Tell you what, let's take the lifeboats and let's go. Alright, cool. And then you can see how an energy that resides in doubt or fear would take this, because it's almost like betting. Yeah, it's like you've bet, then it's like, oh, you know, let me bet, because you're attached to stories. You know, she's attached to a story of fear, and I think that's something that, I think, being the weaker sex, I think, I don't know, maybe there's a bit more of a percentage in women. I don't know, maybe it's all metaphoric as well, I don't know, but I'm just saying what came into my mind. So from her perspective, she has to make the choice that benefits her, because even though a choice has been made which benefits her, it's almost like, it's not that there's a lack of understanding, there is just a fear, an inherent fear of a what if. Because she has everything she wants, she's got abundance, but there's a what if. What if this happens, and then this is, because she's attached to a story, right? So when you're attached to a story, any story, it's easier for you to be pulled into a lower state of consciousness, because you're afraid, and that's what it shows up on the screen as fear. Because when a person's afraid, they will do anything. They'll kill someone, they'll lie, they'll steal, they'll cheat, because they're afraid of something. Do you see it? So the actual story that we're living is around us, bro. The actual story of Adam and Eve is actually around us right now. But really, in that situation, Adam shouldn't have also gone, yeah, you know what, you're right, I'll come with you. Had Adam actually stood his ground and been a man, and not also sunk into a lower state and believed in his father, right? Higher consciousness, God, whatever, and stayed on that boat, do you think Eve would have gone? Of course not. Even if she's gone down there, she's seen the lifeboats, and they've gone on one recce, one reconnaissance mission, and seen that, oh, there's an island over there, and then she comes back and she's like, I promise you, there's an island over there. Me and the guy that lives downstairs, you know, he took me on the boat and we went down there. We had a look at an island. I don't believe that God's gonna come, bro. It's non-belief, bro, because that's all that's being said. Hello. Yeah, dog just came over. Do you understand? So fear. Morning, how are you? So in essence, the very presence of fear and doubt leaves you open to fall into illusion. Yeah, just the presence of it. Because if you're afraid of anything, bro, like the world is full of softies. Now everyone's a pussy. Yeah, people can't even say what they truly feel because they're afraid of what's going to happen. So if you're afraid of what's going to happen, you'll be pulled into an illusion. You are in an illusion already. That's why a lot of you are living in an inverted world and you can't even say what's what, because now what? You're afraid. You know, you lose your job. You know, I'm not going to pay for the mortgage. Oh, and then I'll be homeless. You're afraid because you're thinking in lack. You can't see the abundance, bro, around you. God is saying, bro, just do your thing, bro. Say what you feel. Be real. And I've got you. And you're like, but what if you're not there? Okay. Suit yourself. Suit yourself. Go and follow Allah, bro. Go and follow Allah if it's easier. Or Buddha, take your clothes off and all that. Go do all them things there, bro. Shave all your hair and go and speak another man's language. Go and do that. Go and do that stupid shit. As if God speaks a language. Brother, if you're in any religion, yeah, that is speaking a language that's not local, it's not, you can't speak, fuck it. It's bullshit. Christianity is primarily English, right? It used to be Italian and Latin, but now it's primarily English because the Bibles and stuff have been translated and stuff. So it's become like an English religion. It's an English culture religion. Whether you know or not, I'm telling you the facts. It's an English culture religion. And also I'd say Latin culture. When I say Latin, I don't mean it in Europe, I mean in Latin America. So most of the colonies, English colonies and stuff like that, they have a strong grip. Christianity has a strong grip there. The Arab religion is and I think the Easterns, they've got their things as well. But yeah, any religion that's gonna come and tell you to change your name and all that, man, fuck it off, bro. As if God didn't make provision for you. Bruv, people are dumb, you know. Like, I swear. You've come all this way, yeah, in reality, all this way to this very point, and you think that God hasn't got you. Bruv, you're a muppet. So God's gonna bring you all the way here. Like, God's gonna fly you all the way to, like, I don't know, somewhere, and then you're gonna think, oh, but if I've got no money, then I'm going to be homeless in New York and I've got nothing to, and I'm going to be begging for money, and then it's an illusion, it's a projection, you're just imagining things. You're imagining things. You're imagining things, bro. You're imagining things. Adam and Eve is a story of you, bro. Adam and Eve is the real story of you. It's you. Feel me? Like I've got this video. I'm gonna post 2 videos today, man, so you can get both. You know, it's an illusion, bro. Big illusion. You know, the fear. So it's almost like the man became a woman. And when the man became a woman, he lost his connection to God. Bush. The woman will always be a woman. That's how she was made. And she's perfect that way. She was made that way. That's how she is. If she doesn't have those components, she wouldn't be a woman. Which will make... Do you get it? You need certain components, right? In order for consciousness to be able to express itself. I told you, consciousness can only do it in 3 ways, yeah? Man, woman, and child, yeah? If you don't know the different, it's like electricity, live, earth, and neutral, right? It's the same, bro. It's the same. We're energy. I keep telling you, people don't want to listen to what I'm saying. You think I'm talking shit, bro. No motherfuckers. Yeah, anyway, your energy. So it's the same. It splits itself into 3. Right? So there's a specific characteristic of live, Yeah, the live wire. There's a very specific characteristic of it. It expresses in a very specific way, moves in a very specific way, it does things in a very specific way, it interacts with the other two in a very specific way. It's the way it is. It's live, yeah? Cool. The woman is the woman. She operates the way she is. She interacts in a very specific way to her world, her reality, to the things. That's just the way she is. That's it. Then the child. Same story, right? Okay, so once you kind of like expand a bit more on that aspect, you start to recognize that, you know what, it's the same thing. Hey, you're right. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. And the fact that it's the same thing, you can see it. So therefore, the woman would be a woman would be a woman, and a man would be a man. Do you understand? And a child would be a child. It's unreasonable, unethical, and everything. It's actually like borderline dumb, actually, to expect a child to be a man. And it's equally dumb to expect a woman to be a man. And it's equally dumb to also expect a man to be a woman. Can you see how the world is being inverted? And when I tell you that ascension is the key, otherwise we're just going to phase ourselves out, you say I'm talking shit. Now imagine you got an electric socket, right? Live, earth, and neutral, you jumbled it all up. What do you think is going to happen? The energy doesn't give a fuck, bro. But that appliance will be cooked, bro. Or whatever. And I'm telling you that it's happening across multiple levels, and motherfuckers think I'm joking. Look at the world you live in. It's inverted. It's upside down. So, I mean, even what I've said, like, you know me. If you've listened to my shit, you know what I'm saying. Bro, it's facts. Like, we stand 10 toes on everything. Like, bro, like, it's facts. You can't disprove this shit. It's literal facts. Do you understand? It's literal facts. The only reason why it's hitting you now is you've got to this frequency now, because you also recognize that you're staring. Something in your reality ain't right. Of course it ain't right, because it's inverted. It's upside down. And we've all become attached to the story. You know? Doubt, fear, blah, 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 blah. And we've all gone with the woman and gone into a lower state of consciousness and rode in a boat. It's all metaphorical. It's not physical woman. Do you know what I mean? Because even if you're a man by yourself and you're there, and some guy downstairs who's actually just in your brain anyway comes and tells you, hey, listen, I don't think that this God that this consciousness guy is going to come and save you, especially in times of trauma, especially in those times. You know, look what just happened to you, bro. Come. I'll show you how to move now. Like, so then that will never happen to you again. Blah 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 blah. It's just a story you're telling yourself, bro, because you want to create doubt. You want to create doubt in your own. You want to create doubt in your own experience. You want to create doubt in your own mind that you want consciousness having a life experience. You know, you want to create doubt. Whereas being in the Adam state, you just have to recognize that you are consciousness, bro. Like, Adam fully recognizes that he was one with God. He's consciousness. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Okay, so this is a quick one to talk about Adam and Eve and how we are energy and how we fell into a low state of consciousness. So all we know is consciousness spawns here, as you do. We all have that shared experience. Nobody can deny it. Consciousness is in itself its own cause. Yeah, consciousness is the first cause because we just spawned here. That's it. So that's energy, and it manifested itself. We're going to talk about it in the biblical sense, yeah, just to make sense of it a little bit. So if you think about it, this is Adam, yeah? A specific type of energy, because consciousness will only express itself in 3 ways. 3 expressions: masculine, feminine, and child. This child will then eventually have to pick one of the other expressions as it gets to that point where it crosses the child barrier. This is the only way, yeah? There's no other way. Any of the other trans bollocks and all that other shit is not real. It's a joke. It's not true. Anyway, so when we come here, we see, because this is energy, yeah, you can't argue with energy. It's yeah. Anyway, so this is Adam, yeah. At some point, Eve is taken from him and made. When these two energies procreate or mate, they cause consciousness to spawn here. So when that happens, a child is born. But ultimately, it's all energy, okay? Pure consciousness. Now, let's come here. So if you look at this, if you know anything about waves and how electromagnetism works, so let's assume that this is just one wave. That's the masculine energy. That's another wave, the feminine energy, yeah? Traveling along quite nicely. At this point, something happened. Yeah? Now, let's go back here. We have to be honest about ourselves and what we are and how we express ourselves. Women, inherently being the weaker sex, they live in a world which is not similar to the male's world. Actually, hold on one second. Okay. So the woman lives, due to her nature of being the weaker sex, yeah? You can argue with your breath. Women are the weaker sex. It's a fact. We all know it, yeah? It's not an argument. It's not about misogynist or what that fucking whatever that shit means. It's a fact of life, yeah? Our energies express differently, okay? Now, the woman, due to her fear, lives in a false reality. She tends to project a false reality. Something's going to come and get me, because she has a womb, yeah? She has to always think about protecting herself because she's always scared of the reality. This is why women manipulate. This is why women will cry. This is why women will play victim, all the rest of it, because they are trying to essentially... Oh, hold on. So the woman is trying to build a fort of sorts to protect herself because she tends to fear the world she's in. Yeah, it's just the way she is. It's her nature. That's why she will nest and all the rest of it. It's part of her nature. We can't blame her for it. This is how she is. The male, the man and the woman, the man and the baby see the reality for what it actually is. That's why babies are fearless, and that's why it's said that men are also fearless. Yeah, that's why men go to war. Men actually will go to war and kill themselves, like kill others and stuff like that. This is not part of her DNA. It's not part of her code. She can't express that way. It's crazy. Yes, there are women that go to war. There are outliers in every situation. We're talking about the bell curve here. Let's not be ourselves, okay? So she lives in this projected false reality, right? These two live in the real reality. This is abundance. This is a lower state of consciousness because it's not real. So when we come here and we look at the waves traveling, the wave is traveling, whoa, 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 whoa. At this point, something happens. She starts to imagine, due to lack of faith in him, yeah? Because he's probably not expressing how he should be expressing, yeah? Maybe he's lying, maybe he's cheating, maybe he's doing all this low consciousness stuff, which is affecting how his energy is expressing. She, due to this knowledge, because women are super intuitive, starts to do this. It starts to do this, right? When that happens, this is what happens. So she can't follow his lead anymore. So she starts to try to suggest that he follow his lead. He follow her lead, yeah? Which will happen in the Garden of Eden. These are all codes about ourselves. So follow me to this reality that I've created, yeah? So, because the reality that you believe that we inhabit is not the one. It's not, the one I've imagined now is a better one. Due to a lack of faith or lack of knowledge is, yeah, same, or whatever. So when that happens, this line here is abundance, heaven on earth, yeah? Crossing this line, it's a low state of consciousness, i.e. hell. This is where humanity finds itself right now because of this. So essentially, hold on one second. So essentially, this story of this talking snake and this tree of knowledge, which is basically here, is illusion. This is the beginning of the illusion, yeah? Here, you enter the low state of consciousness. This transpired here. The snake was in her head. There was no snake to be found anywhere. The snake is in her head, convincing her that something happened, because even the biblical scholars can't agree whether Adam actually spoke to the snake, because even in the Bible, if you read Timothy and you read other chapters, you see that they'll say that Adam actually didn't disobey God. Essentially, it was Eve that did, right? And the rule that was given to them was that they shouldn't sink into the world of imagination. Don't go into the world of imagination. Don't go and live in the world of thoughts. Don't go and live in the world of false illusions. Don't go and live in this artificial world, because it's not real. It's an aspect of you, but it is not real. She, due to whatever reason, we don't have all the facts, creates this and pulls him into this world. Here. Yeah? Because had he been a man, and actually, hold on one second, had Adam been a real man and not followed this and realized it for what it was, and seen that she is not looking at reality, she's looking at an illusion, because we've come this far, random cause, by consciousness itself to spawn here. We've been given all this abundance. We're living our lives expressing how we're supposed to express. And now you believe that something in your head is telling you that you actually can be this. That's bonkers. You see? Then she's able to convince him. The very fact that she's able to convince him here means that he was not being a man. He placed her above himself. And by doing that, he breaks his own connection with God, or consciousness, whatever you want to call it. And I had to put human here just in case some arsehole will come and tell me there's more than expression, whatever. So he placing her and her illusion above himself now creates that illusion for him to go into. Do you understand? So if the men get back on track and get into their real godly nature and live in accordance to how their energy is supposed to be expressed, dominant, masculine, protective, assertive, leader, blah, blah, blah. Because no matter what you say, we all have roles to play. Yeah? It's facts. We need to have these serious conversations, because everybody's weak now, you know? And this, I put weak here specifically because weakness is what will cause you to doubt. And anybody that does any type of fighting or knows anything about combat sports knows this. Like when you're sparring somebody, right? The minute you feel weak, doubt will creep into your mind. Oh my God, bro, did you feel that? That's so strong. And before you realize you're tangled and you're messed up, you're on the canvas. But if you remain focused and steadfast and you get rid of this weak energy, because it's not part of your makeup, it's only in your mind. It's not a real energy. This is the serpent. Yeah, this is the serpent. You've been running a marathon for a long time, and then suddenly, give up, come on. For solution, you're now going to veer off and you're going to go into a lower state of consciousness, because you've allowed something to convince you to express in a different way. So now, instead of you being a direct energy going this way, you might then start to go this way. Similar to how the female energy travels. When that happens, this energy can't rely on this energy's flow to express this way. So this energy then starts to go, okay, well, I'm on my own, because he's now weak. I have to now figure shit out. Can you see that inversion? And then when consciousness causes itself, these kids are born into a world of distortion, which is basically they cause it themselves anyway. You can listen to my other shit, but this expression of energy eventually will blow itself out, because this is not how it's supposed to travel. It will literally destroy itself. That's why I keep telling you that we're phasing ourselves, whether it's through the gender wars or through low states of consciousness, killing, murder, genocide, rape, pillage, blah, 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 abuse, all the rest of it. I mean, going back to thing, don't you remember Balenciaga had a thing with children on there? Let's not forget Pizzagate. All these things happened because you live here in a low state of consciousness. Why? Because you listen to that which resides in your brain, because it's an aspect of you, and you let it become the king of your world. It became your God instead of you being the God of your world. The woman is the God. She's a goddess also. You're a God. And as a pair, this is how consciousness expresses itself, because only consciousness knows why we have to express this way, and women have to express this way, and children have to express this way. Yeah. What we're doing essentially by inverting this world, men being women, women being men, all this soft shit, everybody's weak, nobody says what they really think, nobody says what they really feel, and all this goofy pussy shit. That's us basically doing this. We're going to decide how we move, how we travel in this dimension, which is crazy, because we didn't cause ourselves. Consciousness did. We can't think for consciousness. Okay? And to look at our brains, we all have this in there. The female, I am convinced that this is bigger in a female brain. The Bible attests to it as well, in kind of like the metaphoric sense. We all know that women can be quite dramatic. We know that they can be fearful, and they create false realities. We know that they can be haywire. They can, believe things are not real and react on that thing that's not even real, because in essence, this is what's real. Yeah. So women are, due to their weaker nature, they're more likely to live in these worlds. It's not our job to follow them in there. It's our job to pull them out of it and restore the balance. If we don't, we will keep sinking, and eventually it's done. Because now what's happening is we just get respawned, and then we keep doing this. Respawn, and then we keep doing this. Respawn, keep doing this. Eventually, the matrix will break down completely, and then we are done. The appliance will blow. Boom! Finish, dead. All this is finished. When this is done, guess what? He can't be destroyed or created. He just moves into another form. You, me, everyone you know, fucked. That's the bottom line, really. It's more likely to keep you in a low state of consciousness. Being in a weak state, you're more likely to be in a lower state of consciousness. That's the best way to put it. Women have to be strong and have faith. Women actually have to have faith. They have to. They have to transcend that side of them. They actually have to learn that process. They have to have faith. It's because of their nature. They have to have faith. It doesn't diminish anything. It doesn't change anything for them. It just keeps them on course. so they ascend easier. I know people will say this is not my the what you call it. If you know what if you hear what I'm saying from a conscious standpoint, you know what I'm saying is real. I'm not. It's got nothing to do with the sexes. It's got nothing to do with equality and all that stupid fucking shite. We're not equal. We're two different like, can you say a man and a child are equal? Like, bro, let's not be dumb, okay? We're not equal. We are not equal. A man's not equal to a woman. A woman's not equal to a man. A man's not equal to a child. A child's not equal to a woman. You can't measure it. It's consciousness. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Why do you need it to be equal? Equal in terms of what? Because if you're talking about equality in terms of like what exactly? Value? But value is only down to who's perceiving it. Children, what do babies actually do in terms of value? According to your metric. Now, how do you value a baby that's not doing anything by just pooping and eating and screaming and shouting? Occasional smile and giggle. Do you understand? You can't quantify these things. Let's stop being fucking animals. Let's stop being animals. Yeah. Men need to go into a high state of awareness and consciousness. When they do it, naturally, it will affect the women around them, which is also an expression of consciousness. It's one and the same thing, but it's just like different polarities every so often. You know, because life has to cause itself and needs both aspects to cause itself. When the men lock in, the women will lock in also. The women take their cue from the men. If the men don't lock in, the women will go reckless. Haywire. That's what people talk about, the drama and all that kind of stuff. It's not drama, it's just the way they are. If they're not locked in, they go haywire. So really, the story was just framed in a way to make it look like women were like stupid or whatever for following the devil. Adam wasn't locked in, bro. Adam took his eye off the ball, because the minute he did that, it made things, she got into that state of fear, low state of consciousness. Oh, that's it. It's all a story anyway, it's not real. So how do we rectify that whole situation? Rectify that situation simply by, if even on the life raft, you get into that state of awareness, just recognizing that, you know what, Eve, this place is actually hell. It's not real. That fucking guy that lived downstairs, he was a bitch, because we still haven't found any land. He's got us doing all this stuff. He's got like, we're literally serving him. He's got his feet on our back. He's whipping us. He's fucking both of us. Yeah, that's the world you live in, bro. He's fucking both of you. You both have to now work. You both have to do this. You both have to do that. It's like every 2 days he makes up a new fucking thing, because he's saying that he knows the way to the island. But the whole time, if we stayed on the ship, we could have been free. Do you know what, Eve? Fuck this. Let's stop serving this. This is bad. This is a bad state of awareness. Let's remember who we are, where we came from. Do you remember when we used to live in abundance, in communion with the oneness of everything? Yeah. I remember. Yeah, let's go back there. Alright, cool. What should we do? Let's get a life raft and let's just go back to the ship. You can see it's right there, right? Cool. Let's go back. Let's go back to the ship. Go back to the ship and lock in, because this is not serving us either way. We might as well just stay on the ship. It was more comfortable anyway. We had food. We had internet. We had all this other shit. In this place, this guy is like, children are allowed to be abused, Murder is okay. Lying is okay. Stealing is okay. Everything bad is okay here. No, I don't want to live there anymore. I want to go back to the ship. Head back to the ship. Let's stop consuming ourselves for just to feed this reality. Leave. That's it. Then the job is done. Stop feeding on yourself. Stop desecrating your godhood. Job's done. There's nothing else to speak about. The whole game's over. But y'all don't want to hear me though.